How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Now, it's really early in the morning. I'm not sure if you guys... Okay, it's gone. Perfect. So there was a guy outside cutting the grass, because I live in an apartment complex or whatever, so there's, you know, like this outside area here, and basically they cut the grass there. I know you're probably not interested, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that sound was gone so you didn't hear like going on in the background while I was recording. But ladies and gentlemen, today we actually have a rumor and a little bit of a speculation about something that's kind of intriguing actually, which is something that I've been suggesting since before Sword and Shield were revealed. I was suggesting this could be a possibility. So I thought we'd take a look at this rumor, see what it talks about, and then talk about this other speculation aspect of it that would be kind of intriguing, to be honest. Now, before we do that, guys, please do me the favor and check out my gaming news channel, which is called Ruffled News. It's currently got 2 videos on it that are brand new, some older videos that aren't really relevant to check out at this point, honestly, and not worth checking out in general, but there's 2 new videos now, and I'm trying to turn that channel into something, you know, like gaming news related. So please check it out. I'm going to show it here on the screen for a second here. There you go. So there's the channel. Currently, we're at 15,147. We lost like a few subs yesterday when I uploaded this new video. But yeah, we've got 2 videos so far. We got this one and this one. Please check them out, guys. Show them some love. Subscribe to the channel. Help this channel get started and get the ball rolling on it, because that would be really appreciated, as we're slowly going to make our way up there, you know, with this channel. So please check it out. Give it a sub. But yeah, so what are we talking about today? Like I mentioned, we got a rumor. We got a little bit of speculation. Of course, the rumor is from 4chan, so, you know, take it with a... I think grain of salt is a little bit of an understatement at this point. Take it with a mountain of salt. I think it's the best way to put it. And the other part is from a viewer, The Geek. The Geek on Twitter sent me the other piece of information, which you'll see on the screen in a second. But the rumor, though, was sent to me by NitroFlame250. So shout out to NitroFlame250 for sending this my way. But yeah, sure seems interesting. So let's get started with the first one here, which is the one from the 4chan side of things, which is this right here. So let's just start with that and see where we can get ourselves. So, hello people, I come bearing Pokemon Sword and Shield leaks. I can't reveal my specifics. I will say I'm a janitor. Okay, most of this is a fact, but I clearly say when I'm adding a guess or assumption. I'm not sure what him being a janitor would mean for him getting information. I really don't get it. Now, first off, the box legendaries share the steel type. The sword is a unicorn fairy, and the shield is a dragon type dragon, I guess. They form a trio with a wolf dark type who's on the logos. So he's trying to say the wolf on the logos is a dark type. There's a dragon and there's also a unicorn. All right, fair point. Now, the wolf is a master of the trio of black dogs or Grim who share the dark typing. The secondary types are Ghost Ice and Fairy, who will play an important part in the story. All right, I think the wolf is a crossbow. Because he has ice shards jutting out from the sides of his mane. But that is a guess, alright? Fair point, again. So I'm going to start with the instant issues here, which is the janitor part right up here. That makes no sense. What does you being janitor have to do with you getting information? Like, that literally makes no sense. Like, at least the other ones, like, try to claim they're, like, some sort of employee or something, or just, like, you know, some translation working people, but, like, you're just literally saying, I'm a janitor, and I've got stuff. It's, like, it's hard for me to, like, you know, trust that, but, I mean, hey, sometimes the ones you least trust can be the ones that actually have real info, so you never know. But let's see, so the starters are interesting. Scorbunny's final evolution is awkward, and its feet growing immensely, and most of the rest still being the same. The design looks like a fighting type, but it's still pure fire. Okay. While the final evolution is a fire ice footballer. Yeah, no, this is where you know it's fake. There's no way they're gonna do a fire and ice type Pokemon. There's just no way. Like, not in this way. No. Footballer, it grew more into its proportions. It still looks like a fighting type though. Speaking of fighting types, Sobal's lanky first evolution gains this typing. Its second evolution has a bubbly muscles on a thin frame and looks cartoony like the spinach sailor Poppy. Grookey becomes fat and covers face with leaf mask, gains electricity and becomes feminine, pretty celebrity type with happy and sad masks used as weapons. Okay, this we know this is fake. Literally, dude, the description of this is just ludicrous. But, I mean, hey, there's maybe something interesting we can get out of this. So, let's continue down and see what else is there. So, notable random Pokemon include a Fairy Ground-type Corgi, a Platypus Water Poison type, something that looks like a HD Porygon but isn't related, a Guinea Pig Pikachu clone, Sounds pretty cute, actually. And a new Dark Sheep Pokemon, which actually sounds sick. I love sheep Pokemon. They're always cool. I love Ampharos and its evolution line and whatnot. So that sounds amazing in my opinion. Two pseudo-legendary, like Hoenn Pokemon, I guess. Can't tell what one is, like a white blob. The others look like the upside down Noivern. That just makes no sense. Literally, just these descriptions are making no sense to me. There are 100-ish new Pokemon, with 83 completely new ones, and 17 new pre-evolutions and evolutions of old Pokemon. 4 new baby Pokemon I know of for Furfrou, Orangaru/Passimian, Audino, and Skarmory, while I only knew Weavile, Carmine, Floatzel, and Eevee are getting new evolutions. Eevee will get a Dragon and Steel evolution, which we've heard that before, which also are the two that make the most sense. The Dragon, I guess, and the Dragon is a guess and could be flying. I don't know if there are Galar variants or new Megas or Zemus, but while I haven't seen it, the Pokemon of the mountain is codenamed Lucy. How would you know this? How would you know this? Okay, so armor Pokemon are real, but people are way off of what it is. This sounds weird, but there is sort of baton pass thingy. A technique that sacrifices one of your Pokemon to add either its attack/special attack or defense/special defense to the next Pokemon in addition to their primary typing. There is an attack and defense armor and are recolored depending on type appearing on the chosen Pokemon. Some Pokemon, like most legendaries and all starters, have unique armors. Which type of armor is dependent on which held item they hold. Okay. Now you will visit Kalos in the postgame, but only Southern Kalos. Which is home to a Battle Frontier redesigned to be a permanent Renaissance fair called the Battle Kingdom, which sounds sick, actually. I've got to be honest, that actually sounds awesome. I actually think they could do something like this in actually Galar. I actually think they could do a Renaissance fair type thing for like the battle, not Battle Frontier, but like for the battle station or whatever it's gonna be. You know what I mean, whatever the version of like the the Wi-Fi area, whatever, could be like a Battle Kingdom. Actually, would make a lot of sense. Now, with Frontier Brains becoming 12 Royal Knights, there's also a Kingdom King who will challenge you after beating each of the knights. You'll run into AZ and Shauna there. That's all. That's about all I can say. Have a good day is what he has to say here. So that's about the general gist of it, though. Now, the one thing that I find interesting is about these Z baton pass thingy here, where he passes over the Pokemon's special attack and defense to the next Pokemon, which sounds a little bit kind of like powerful if you can if you strategize it out. You could definitely just make this broken as hell. But this does open up because it's seemingly moving over statistics and typings from one Pokemon to another. It kind of makes me feel like that would be similar to kind of how fusions work, which is why I wanted to talk about the second thing today, which is this right here. So this thing was sent to me. This thing was sent to me by the Geek, and he basically said, "Have you seen this?" And this was in the Pokemon manga. And I basically asked, "Is that a fusion of them all?" Question mark. And I says, I guess I just found this on Twitter and I thought you should see it. And it's interesting, right? Now, if this is from the manga, which I think it is, you can see down there you've got the trainers. And yeah, this is the manga. What's interesting here is that they basically merged together 3 Pokemon in this series. So we got, let me see. So we do have Dialga, we got Palkia, and seemingly also Arceus might be in there as well. I could be misunderstanding Arceus' involvement here, but I feel like this face is Arceus' face, mixed with Dialga's face, mixed with Palkia's face at the same time. I mean, this arm right here is definitely Palkia. This part, this shoulder here is definitely Palkia. This arm right here is Dialga. Same thing with this one right here. I don't know, man. The face kind of reminds me of like Arceus a little bit. Let me see. So Dialga, but then again, it also looks a little bit like. It also still looks a little bit like the face of. No, it looks like the face of Dialga. Yeah, it just looks like the face of Dialga. Honestly, yeah, it just does. So yeah, we'll open up the images here and actually see them on the screen, and because it's a fusion of the two seemingly. And what's funny is that this was the generation before we actually saw fusions, right? Like, think about it. This was in the manga in the generation before we actually got fusions. So there you go, right? You got Palkia and you got Dialga. And you can actually see here, the foot right there is the foot from there. The tail there is the tail from here. The arm there is the arm from, like, the shoulder rather is there. The arm is a mixture of this one and the foot. The head, though, is the confusing part, because the head right down here, it feels more like it's turning into, like, see, it isn't, like, it's Dialga's face is, like, slightly here, but then the rest of the face there feels more to me like it's meant to look like Arceus' face, but I could be wrong. So let's assume it's just Dialga and Palkia here, okay? That's still a fusion right there, which gets me to think that my theory about there being fusions in the next generation of Pokemon games could be a possibility. And why do I say this? Because it's just that fusions have been a thing that have kind of been left behind for a long time now. They were introduced in Black and White mainly, or like largely there, and you know, you could fuse Pokemon, the legendaries there could be fused, and we hadn't seen the feature like return for a long time. So I've been thinking about like them doing a feature of fusion in this game, but with a limited amount of Pokemon, right? So you won't be able to fuse every single Pokemon, but rather like, you know, specific Pokemon that they've like made out to be able to be fused together. That would be a possibility. And honestly, I could definitely see a way for that to work within like the context of the world of Pokemon, because we've seen fusion already. That's already a thing. It's not really something that should be out of the ordinary. Also, there's a freaking plane or something outside. Oh, there's a train outside in the distance. It's like almost like a kilometer away, but you can still hear that thing. But either way, so what I was trying to say though is that the possibility of fusions is honestly always on the table. And I think that I personally thought that was going to be much of a possibility due to the fact that we'd seen like hints towards it in like previous Pokemon games and mentions towards that sort of stuff. And also the fact that you can like split DNA and all that stuff. It seems like that could be a possibility for the future, man. And I would love to see if in Galar we might see fusion Pokemon. But like not over the top, just like a set amount that you can get. That would be really sick. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments section down below. What do you guys think about the ID? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.